How are you tonight? How is everything?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Sorry about the nasty glare
Oh
in
no,
my
you're fine.
glasses. I'm out of
You,
town, so I'm a bit limited as to what I can do.
no, your husband said last week that you were going to be on the road. You're filming something new. Can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that, or no?
I can. I laugh only because it's the exact opposite of Donna. It's
Okay.
a family oriented show called When Hope Calls, and I help run a large house full of orphans.
Aw, very sweet. I mean, it's not entirely different than Colony House. I mean, you are
Well,
running a.
it is in tone.
Speaking of other projects, I was looking at some of your upcoming work, and obviously Cliff, unfortunately, is going to be off the series. But it seems like you were both working on something called Now What? Is that like a project you get to
Oh yeah,
directly work with?
it's a short film. A short, really short film that a good friend of ours uh, wrote, sort of proof of concept.
Some of the visuals from some of the images look really interesting. I hope everyone gets a chance to see it when it comes out in that
I
sense.
hope so too. I mean, and hopefully, it'll lead to something that expands.
Yeah, looks really cool
Nice.
just from the images.
Yeah, 100%. So down in this episode, I think what we've seen, we can go through the whole season of different. I think we've seen a different side of Donna this season when dealing with it, because we've seen that Donna basically emotionally break, right? We've
Yeah,
seen it in this episode. We've seen that when Tabitha went to her, like she truly wanted to break down a little bit more, but and the acting you did was phenomenal. The way you just gave that little look, but you're like, I got to keep it together.
yeah.
Do you think that Donna is finally getting to it after all these years being there? That this place is really finally starting to affect her that way.
Yeah, I think it's starting to eat away at her in a different way. Like it's not the it's I think it's getting under her skin.
And to
Whereas
kind of
before it
follow,
was more, sorry, go
oh
ahead.
no, just to follow up on that in the sense of, do you think she would ever turn to anyone for help?
I think it's hard for her, but I think she would.
All right,
Yeah.
that is
That,
good to know.
that's just a thought. That's not a like.
No, no, no. Of course, this is all just you thinking what the character would do, and that there is no saying that that's actually what's going to
Yeah.
happen in the show or anything like that. This would
Yeah.
you as a character would you think that she would do. But yeah, I like the vulnerable side of Donna. I think that shows, because all you see the whole time, the hunting, the sister, and everything else, and all that. And how could sister skin clawed off in your face, and you see all this, and she sits there and she talks, and in season one, to Tabitha, just like so deadpan about it.
Yeah.
Like, my sister was clawed, and you would think someone that even just bringing that up would make someone just burst into tears,
Yeah.
of reliving that about her, and it really took all this time. I guess what was it? Was it the you think the Cliff that finally pushed her? I mean, it seemed like Cliff that really it's like it's getting too much for her. The fat not Cliff. I'm sorry.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, do you think that's really
Okay.
like what it is because she's been there with him so long?
Well, I think there's something to that. Like that she's starting to see. I mean, I think we've had a lot going on in the last few weeks, a lot of kills, and we're starting to have stranger things happen. So it's getting even more complex. But I think losing someone, whether you like them or not, who's in, like she says, 2 years, he's been a pain in her ass for 2 years. That hits home. That's family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there has been family, but this guy was here with us before Boyd got here.
Hmm.
So he's been there even when we didn't sort of have, before the talismans, before Boyd kind of got things organized into how to save yourself other than just finding somewhere to hide.
Yeah, he was out there with her. KP asked, in the face of the growing tensions, how does Donna view the survival dynamics in Colony House, and what does leadership mean to her?
Oh, that's a great two questions. I think that the dynamics of the survival, and I think she's going to have to revisit it. I don't think she's there yet. I think she's trying to work it out. So I don't have a really great answer to that, because I think Donna is realizing it's not working. But I think it takes time to get there. And then in terms of leadership, I think leadership for her has always just been trying to to hold a safe environment from people. But I think she, again, is learning. She's going to have to learn that there's something that you have to give over to. And that may be that it's a shared thing. But I don't know yet. But those are my thoughts on it right now. But I think she's in a place of having to rediscover and reassess.
This is a question that a lot of people have asked in the chat tonight, or just in general. And when you just said 2 years ago with Dale, two parts, I guess. How long has Donna actually been there herself, and how long has it been since the Matthews arrive, essentially in town here in season 3? Like, how much time, generally speaking, has passed?
It's going to be really general. The Matthews, I think I think someone at home will have worked it out exactly. That's my paranoia. I think it's less than, it's in the vicinity of 2 weeks.
Oh, so it's really short.
It's really short. Like, it might be 3 weeks, but it's not a month. Like, it's a short period of time. And I think, and I know we worked it out at some point, and I forget, but I think Dale was there before Donna. So I think that 2 years is Donna. But again, it's in the vicinity.
We have our own, and this is her real name. It is Fatima, and she would like to know, how do you think Donna will react to hearing about Fatima, what Fatima is going through?
I don't, because I don't want to give stuff away. Yeah. So I don't want to say.
All right.
It's a hot, it's gonna be a difficult thing for Donna.
All right.
But I can't. It's because I know things that I don't want to say that you will find out.
Oh, that's such a tease. That's evil.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
I know it's wonderful though. It's a good tease. Good tease. Taryn says, "Sup, Tony, and hope you like the little green men reference for your alien theories. Could you please ask Liz who she thinks the biggest from theorists amongst the cast are?"
Oh, hi, Taryn. Who's the biggest from theorists in the cast?
Yourself included.
Well, I would include me, and I would include Cliff, because we talk clearly. Gosh, Harold. I think Harold. I'm trying to think. I think Scott. And I think Pega.
All right.
Maybe Alpay. Maybe David Alpay, but I haven't had any I think David, but I haven't had a lot of, because we don't cross paths a lot, me and Jay, which is a damn shame.
That's one of my questions. If there's any actor on the show you would like to work with more that you haven't had a chance to work with, would he be your pick on that?
I have a few picks on that, but he is one of them for sure. Yeah.
And I guess, do you think, does Harold know more than anybody else? Or does Harold in the same place you guys are in the sense of understanding what's going on in the show?
You know what? I don't think he knows a ton more, but there may be things he knows the rest of us don't. But he doesn't let on. Like, he doesn't let on.
That is good. So when we've seen a lot of death. We see Tien Chen pass away, right? Yeah. Donna Cena, obviously that's the whole Fromville's mother. when do you think it gets to the point where Donna is like, we need to get on the offensive? Because it seems like every time she's just been willing to just keep everyone together. We're not getting out. Let's not give the people the hope with the towel, because that leads bad. When the smile monster died, don't tell no one, just burn it. Let's just get rid of it, poo-poo it, go away. What do you think it would take for Donna to actually say, you know what, this we got to start going on the offense here. We just can't just keep being institutionalized. I don't know if that's the way you want to say that she is there, but she seems to be very happy about the way things are going.
Yeah, she's pretty. I wouldn't know she's happy about it, but I think like she's so pragmatic, and I don't think real life for her was a lot better in her psyche. So I think like she's just a really pragmatic woman that just gets on with things, right? But also she's, you know, she's not like even keel. But I again, this is not to do with script, but in terms of my head, because you know, I I think if something happened to Victor,
all right,
that would flip her.
That would break her bad.
Yeah, and actually, I can see actually Boyd kind of just blowing her. If something happened to Boyd, that it would just blow her mind. And yeah.
I feel like when we were talking earlier about someone you would turn to or Donna would turn to in that situation, it would probably be Boyd, right? If there's someone in town emotionally that you would like lean on. I mean, we saw that in the previous episode. He's the guy. So if that anchor disappeared in any way, that probably would completely break Donna. How about if Liz was there? How would Liz handle the situation differently from Donna if you were stuck in Fromville?
I think I wouldn't be as much of a force in terms of like, I think I would be, I am quite pragmatic if I need to be, but I'm not so much of a leader. So I think I would be more sort of in amongst the people who are like, okay, I'll help figure this out. Give me a task. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think you would be living in town, not colony house? There.
Actually, I don't know. Like, I think it's I've been asked this before about where I'd go, and it would depend on who I was with when I landed there. Like, if I landed with myself,
by yourself,
by myself, I'd go to Colony House. If I landed with my family, I'd probably go to my house. Want a house. I would want a house with my family. But that's because I know a house with my family, right?
Yeah, I always said I'd be in town, but I'd hang out at Colony House. But once the sun went down, I'm going home.
Yeah, no, I'd probably do that. I'd probably be like, I'd hang at Colony, but be in a house.
Yeah.
But if I was on my own, I'd probably go to Colony House until I found I didn't get my own room. And then I would go, please, 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 can I go back?
I want to ask you off time. Get people, you can call in. The phone line is open. The number's there. Please put up. If you like to ask a question, because we don't know how long we have. Let's definitely get you a question. I'm gonna ask you off-topic question because I was thinking about this myself. And Phil, I would like to know your answer to this too. But here, if you only had one movie to watch in your life, like one more movie, you only watch one, what would that movie be, and why would you watch it?
Oh, geez. Yeah. It might be. Oh.
I guess
like, as soon as you come to one, I go, well, there's that.
And then just pick a long one, like a 4. Like I'd probably pick like a 4-hour one or something.
I don't know if I'd pick like maybe like
Godfather.
I don't know. Like I just keep zipping around. I think like Wings of Desire might be one.
1 second, KP.
Yeah, I don't know. It is hard. Oh, someone's put Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings. Can we do all 3 of them though? Because if you got stuck with just watching one,
I think you'd have to do. If you've got a trilogy, you might as well take the trilogy.
Right. If you get the trilogy, that's why I think I would probably pick like the Godfather move the one where it's
You
all
are
edited together?
messing. The question was
Sorry.
one movie. Y'all fixing
Are
the
we
movie.
cheating? Are we cheating because we're picking like
You're cheating.
sagas?
So
Like I want
one
the
movie,
TV
now you're
edit of the
picking whole
Godfather
saga.
saga.
Or I might
We got
pick up like a comedy. Like you know what? Maybe I would pick Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Ooh,
the
that's good.
original
Mhm.
with
Gene
I
Wilder.
forgot his name.
Gene Wilder.
Meanwhile,
Gene Wilder, thank you. I
Yeah,
might go with like a childhood favorite. And
yeah,
just
yeah. People are
okay.
saying the fifth.
Maybe I go with Aladdin. That would be I could watch that movie over
Okay.
and over again. Something like that, like Robin Williams making me laugh for eternity.
Yeah, that would
No,
be another way to go. The laughter and the escapism.
Ghostbusters, maybe. I don't know.
Mine is easy. I watch Dirty
What is-
Dancing and call it a day.
Dirty Dancing, yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
is that a great fave of yours?
That is my number one movie of all time. I
Oh,
love Dirty
really?
Dancing. I love it. That's my movie. I watch
No
that.
one puts Tony in the corner. Nobody.
That's right. I love Dirty Dancing. We have a call here.
Yes, we do. We got KP on the line. KP, make it quick, my friend. How's it going, buddy?
Hi, good evening. Good evening. Hi, Liz. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I am fantastic. I
Good.
love the episode. I'm a big fan. I'm calling from Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know if you know where that is. It's like in the Caribbean,
Yeah.
far away. So all the way over here, you have lots of fans. Just as a FYI.
Oh, really?
Two quick questions. Tony and Phil told me I can't take much time, so I'm gonna ask two quick ones. So the first one I want to ask is, what do you imagine Donna's love life looks like in the town? And is she the person organizing, the adult parties, or is she kind of just allowing people to do that to have fun? Because we don't get like those vulnerable emotions that most people have from Donna. So
No.
what is your mindset on that? What do you think she feels on that? So that's one question, and then
Okay, let's let her answer the first
I'll
question.
answer that one. Okay, I don't think Donna has a love life. Like I think she's so pragmatic. She's just like whatever. Like so. And as for the parties, I think like obviously in the very first episode we see there's a couple having sex, and originally it used to be a scene where Donna went, "Hey, you guys, I told you to take it to a room." So I don't think there's sex parties under Donna's leadership, but I do think things go on, and she totally knows it.
And she allows the folks to have their distraction because she knows it's valuable. It helps them to kind of get through.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect answer.
I couldn't be a Donna that didn't let that happen.
And just to break down real quick, so the other thing I wanted to ask about is, do we think Donna believes that she's ever getting out of here? So that's one question. So hold up, and then I'm going to ask the last one.
No, you're done, KP.
That was last one. We love you, KP. But do you think Donna?
I think Donna. I don't think Donna really thinks she'll get out. I don't think she'll really get out.
All right.
We have the voice of 916. Welcome to the show, voice.
The treat.
Hello, this is the voice at 916, and welcome, Liz.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah. When your husband was here last week, I'd like to ask you the same question. A lot of actors create backstories for their characters. Do you have one for Donna? And what would that be before she got to Fromville?
Okay. Yes, I do create them. Mine are always quite fluid because, especially on a show like this, because you discover things as you go along, and so they adjust, and you go, "Oh, but I do create them. John and I had a bit of a discussion, and I briefly I didn't come up with this. John gave me this information. Is that she came from a survivalist family, and it was really her mom, her sister, and her.
Interesting.
So she's always been a little separate from society.
So like a family that was like out in the middle of Montana, like a sort of like a
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
preppers, like a prepper family, like prepping stuff and canning and things
Not,
like
I
that.
don't, I've never thought of it as like super crazed prepping. But there, you know, there's an aspect of that, and they, you know, it was instilled in the
They
girls.
had a bomb shelter or something going on.
Oh, they had something going on. They grew all their own stuff, and that's why they hunted. I think their mother taught them how to fend for themselves in bad times.
Well, that makes perfect sense for Donna's character. And I just wanted to say one last thing, is that Donna is my favorite character. I understand her mama bear kind of energy, you know, being practical, handling things for people who may not be able to handle it themselves. But she is also a sensitive person inside, even if she's not showing it. And I appreciate your acting. It shows every bit of that feeling.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm glad that comes through, because of course one has their doubts some days. So thank you.
All right. Well, have a good evening, Liz.
You too. Thanks for calling in.
I mean, that must be one of the, we were talking about this a little bit earlier with Nathan, I think it was, about when you do theater, it's like you get an immediate reaction from the audience. When you do some of this stuff in the moment, you're in the moment, but you sort of separate from it by the time you end up seeing it. It's like you're not sure how the performance necessarily went.
Yeah. Like I've gone, not just on this show, but I have often gone home going, I don't know if I told my side of the story well enough, if I imbued it with enough. And then there's also sometimes there's the awareness that, you know, they've got 4 takes, and
Which
maybe
one?
take 4 is your best one, but take 2 was the best for lighting.
And,
you know,
and it's completely out of your control as a performer.
Completely out of your
which one they're going to take. They have it as little chess pieces that they're going to move in the position they want you.
They're not massively different, but you know, if you're sensitive to what's going on inside you, you can be like, I thought that was a bad take, and or not a great take, and that one's great. But sometimes you think something's a bad take, and everybody goes, that was amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you can answer this question, but it was a super chat, so we're gonna read it. But don't feel any pressure to answer this. It says, "Hey Liz, will the people in the town ever fight back against the monsters, and why they never come out in the daytime?" Like, I don't even know if you know the answer to that. Why
I don't know the answer to that. It would be very cool if we got to that point at some point.
Yes, sir.
And I think in terms of coming out in the day, I don't know that they'll ever come out in the day. I just, you know, we've got other things that are coming out. I think they're very good at like seeding problems, right? You know, it's like, you know, bad vibes getting seeded at night and then just leave us to it.
Oh, Carla Wade says, "For me, Liz is the standout actor on the show for her acting chops."
Thank you, Donna.
We have a caller from we have Mike. Mike has a question for Liz. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Okay.
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Good. You?
Great. Liz, I'm great. Liz, I am a big fan of you and the show, and it's such a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you for taking my call, everybody. So my question is, I'll make it quick and get off there and listen. I'm wanting to know, do you and the cute crew get mad at John Griffin and the Russo brothers for not telling y'all what's really going on, what their mindset is, or being it as it's 3 seasons, are you kind of used to it now and content with it? And thank you for taking my call. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Do you ever to answer that, like in terms of it's really John Griffin and Jeff Pinkner who are, you know, drawing the script. We do have other writers, but it's John's baby. And to begin with, I was kind of like, why don't we get told things? And I now love that they don't tell us. I like the ride, not knowing. It's really kind of cool when you don't know what's coming. but they will, you know, if they feel you need to know something to be able to play something effectively, they will tell you. But oh, they were slipping off my thing. But no, it doesn't. I kind of love it. I kind of love having to make up ideas about it and figure it out too.
Amy said this to you, and she goes, "Yo, I love you, Liz. I'm obsessed with From. It's actually helped me with my grieving my mom's death."
Oh, Amy, my condolences. First of all, that's amazing. Thank you. That's and I'm glad you're obsessed with it. But yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. You know, I've myself once in a while, people have contacted me and said, "Oh, you know, I'm in the hospital. I'm going through chemotherapy, and I'm looking at your channel, and you're making me laugh, and you're doing things, and just want to let you know, that means so much." When someone has an impact, you do a show, we don't know exactly how it's what other people are going down, but I just think that when people that's the best case scenario. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's very happy that people get entertain people like that.
Yeah, and escape. Like we all have different things that help us escape. And so if this show is one of those things for someone, I'm happy that that's there.
100%. I don't know if you can answer this too. Just me. Y'all gotta ask questions that we can answer here, yo. You're not gonna catch her or anything. And so, did Donna have any dreams of Fromville prior to her arrival, or has she seen any hallucinations? I have not seen you seen any hallucinations.
No, we haven't. No, we have not seen that. I don't have an answer to that, but I must say, after watching tonight's episode, because of course I forget everything in the script from last, the spring, winter when we filmed it. And I suddenly went, oh, how many of us have had those and don't realize it? Because Tabitha only just realized it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it could be, but I am not aware of that.
I have a theory. I
want to hear it.
All right, here we go. I believe that I said it before that Tabitha, if you're going to be one of these chosen people, that you have to have a dream before you get to Fromville. Miranda had one. And I said this before they showed tonight that Tabitha had one. And also Boyd's wife said it, that
That's
she
right. Yeah, Abby had
one when she was a child of this place. So I think that she was supposed to be who Tabitha is now, but she lost her mind like the guy with the puppet and Christopher, and then killed everybody. And then they had to replace her. So they brought in Tabitha as the one who replaced her.
Ooh, that's crazy. I love that. I don't know if it's right, but
either way, it's kind of cool.
No,
I mean,
I kind of love that.
That's kind of the cool part of this show, though, that even if these things aren't right or wrong, it's inspired such a fun element of people debating and talking about it. When you first read the original script, when you signed up for the show, did you have any idea that this show would create this much excitement and create a fandom like this in your wildest imaginations? Could you have imagined that? Because it really has hooked people, and people are like really, especially season 3, you guys are really bonding as a cast, as a theater unit. It's coming through on screen.
Number one show in France.
Number show. Yeah, it's just
number one show in France right now.
It's amazing. I didn't, not because I didn't think of it, but you just never know. You never know when something, or at least I'm not someone that can predict those things. But you don't know how it's going to gel. And I think, part of it is it's a really neat concept. I love that it causes people to use their imaginations to think of theories. Like I kind of go, it's like being in an escape room. Like you just gotta keep imagining stuff till you figure out the escape.
Wait, did you just disclose the mystery? Is it all an escape room?
No, I did not at all. No.
Phil, you got her, Phil. You got her.
I'm so
embarrassing. It was not. No. Okay, somebody will take that snip.
That's what I'm saying. Someone's going to take that snip. It's an article.
It is not an escape room as far as I know.
It's 100% not
Sorry,
because it's 100% not. And I think the showrunners knew the people would think that they had Jade explore that right in season 1, that it was an escape room made up by Toby, and they poo-pooed it and made sure that was not the case. So we know that it's not.
I just meant it in terms of like there's an audience participation quality by virtue of the fact that people want to think about what things mean rather than just sitting down and going, oh, that was the story this week.
That being said, Baby Girl has a point that someone does need to make a From Escape Room, or at like Universal, they do those horror haunted houses every year on the Halloween horror.
Yeah.
There should be a From house for sure.
Oh, totally should be a From house. Yeah. Or like a From experience. That would be
amazing.
Awesome.
Or I would love a From video game too. As a video game fan, I would.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
And Luna wants to say, Liz, congratulations on your new grandchild. Your husband mentioned it last week. How is that, the new grandchild?
What a best! It's absolute best. Absolutely love him.
Yeah. How many grandchildren do you have?
Just one.
That's it. Oh, that's great.
So I just like can't get enough of him.
That is amazing.
So thank you, Luna. Thank you for that.
And Megan wants to know: do you guys on set try to figure things out like the talismans?
Yes, we do. We don't, we do a lot of just goofing around, joking around. It's a pretty funny cast. But we do get talking about where things come from and what they could be going to. Yeah.
And everything else. No, that's not true, KP. He's talking about me. But we're gonna keep going on with the questions for Liz. Liz, I'm gonna ask you this question. It's just a typical question that a lot of people ask, but people get to reflect at the time. If you could go back and talk to the 20-year-old version of you and give her some advice, what advice would you give her?
To Liz? Liz to Liz, or Donna to
Liz to Liz.
Donna to Liz.
You to you. Liz to Liz.
Oh God, I've got a lot for her. I think it's really trust your instincts and follow what you want to do. Don't let other people stop you.
And that is great advice for everybody out there, all right? To keep doing what you're doing. And
I try not to go like Back to the Future almanac thing and like tell myself who won the next 27 Super Bowls or something like that. But that and then turn it into like Phil World, like Biff World and stuff like that.
No. I wouldn't be able to remember.
Yeah, probably not. We were talking about the shorts you did. You also did a short with Pega called Smoke Break. If people wanted to watch that, do you know how
there's no way to watch it outside of Canada right now. It's sitting on CBC Gem, which is our Canadian broadcast company.
So you guys can VPN it.
Well, yeah, if you
I'm not suggesting doing something like that.
But it was making the short film festivals, but right now there's no way. It's like a little 9-minute short.
It's still cool that you got to work with her in another project and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the gal Lisa Robertson, who wrote and directed it, we were working together on it, and she said, "Who do you want?" And I went, "I know a girl." And so I asked Pega, and so she came in there. So it was great.
Your husband, he came on, he said that the first you did a play together, you met on that play.
Yeah.
And everything. You never got a chance to work together ever since. How was it working with him after all these years?
Oh, I love working with Cliff. I love, it's a lot of fun. And it's, I think, even more fun that we, that our characters don't.
Yeah, you were like frenemies.
We don't get along. That's more fun, and it's fun to joke about it at home, because we can have we can bug each other about it at home. But yeah, it was really nice it was really nice to be able to do it, but it was fun. I don't know if we've done a couple other things together since then, but now it's like 30 years of not working on the same projects.
People say They're asking me when you leave, can you sign off in French for them in the chat?
Oh no. Very briefly I could, but I
Yeah.
don't speak great French at
All
all.
right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yeah, because that's because she's in Canada doesn't mean she speaks French.
Yeah,
Everyone,
no, I'm from Alberta, and I learned French, but not really well, and I don't use it a lot.
See,
And I'll say something when we sign off.
all right, all right.
We-
Your husband has a thicker accent than I expected when I spoke to him.
Oh yeah, no, he's got what's called an Ottawa Valley accent. Like there's an area in Ontario where they have a pretty distinct accent.
I thought your chemistry, like the balance you guys had, really did come through on screen to the point where we were asking Cliff last week, and the answer was no. But I thought that maybe like you guys were not putting it in the script, but adding like, or adding a few more moments where you two go at each other because it feels so natural on screen, and it's the chemistry that you two have on screen is really well. I do hope you guys get to do more stuff because you have good, especially comedy. I'd love to see the two of you in some sort of something funny because you guys have wonderful back and forth wit.
Oh, okay, thanks. Actually, yeah, I'd love to do a comedy with him. He's really
Hilarious. Yeah, he's hilarious.
Really hilarious, and yeah, and he's a really skilled physical comedian. So like I always kind of go. Like I can do comedy. Like I can be fun. I can be funny.
You are funny. You're definitely.
But he's sort of the one everybody knows as funny. Like he's got incredible timing.
And we asked Cliff this, so we'll ask you again. When it comes to theater or movies or television, you also do voice acting too, Mrs. Tuttle. Mm-hmm. What is your preferred medium, if there is one?
Well, I don't really have a preference. I think right now, like I'm really loving doing film and TV, and I like doing both of those if possible because film gives you a little more breadth to dig in and rehearse. TV's a little faster.
Yeah.
And what I love about From is John is has a theater background, so there's a theatricality to it. But we don't, we never get to rehearse in TV. It's rare anyway. Film, sometimes you get rehearsal if you're on a big enough project. Mm-hmm. So I kind of miss that. Like I love the process of rehearsal. I love it. And that's what I love about theater.
Yeah, that's 90% of theater. It's the performances can be work, especially if you have a long run. It's like night after night after night. You're like, oh, you're like, oh my God, I'm going through this. And but the rehearsals are the fun. You're right. That's where you just play for hours with your friends.
I love that. I love that. And I do love theater, but I also,
it's work.
These days, I just prefer doing film and TV right now. And voice work, is always just fun. I don't get to do as much of it as I'd like, but it's always fun.
Theater's probably a time sink too, because you have to like schedule out so much of.
Yeah.
My sister Coley Cole asked, do you think Donna is fed up with Boyd's leadership after the chasing the animals at night? Does she think that she can do a better job and make the whole town a communal?
I think she's getting pretty fed up with him, but it's more a matter of getting concerned about him. Like I think there's a frustration with him, but I think she's getting pretty concerned about him. I don't think she thinks she can do a better job, but that he needs to do a better job. It's like,
I would think that she might be like, this town's gotten to everyone. Maybe now it's getting to him.
Yeah.
Because the whole go outside for the animals thing was really not a smart move.
No, it was not a smart move.
And I always said it. I said too. I said one of the worst thing is that he took the talisman and forced Jade to go out there. Like Jade didn't ask to go out there. He's in the house hanging out. And
right. Yeah.
He runs out there, grabs the talisman, and goes out there. Now Jade's forced to go out there. That's not. If you want to go rest of your life, go do it. But you didn't have to grab that talisman and make other people go out there.
But I think it's that thing of like, we all have those moments in life where we make a decision like that. So usually there's not as catastrophic, but people sometimes do. Someone right, Boyd was drunk that night.
Yeah, he was that. He was though. He was drinking.
You know, we do things and then we stand by them for as long as we can, instead of going, oh yeah, it was a really bad idea. Oops. People will then go, no, they'll double down on it.
We have a voicemail from somebody. Let's listen to this. Is from Chris from Nashville.
Hi, my name's Chris. I'm calling from Nashville. I have a question for Liz. She heard the voice on the phone that Jim heard in season 2. I'm just curious if maybe Donna may have intentionally like not addressed that again, maybe in the town hall meeting or just in general. It seems like a kind of an interesting piece of evidence because she's the only other person that's heard a voice other than Ethan and I guess his dad. So I was just curious about that. What your thoughts on it were?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. And it's interesting now that it's like, it's been like, you know, a week and a half, 2 weeks in From Time, but it's been 3 years since we did it.
I can't believe it's been so short. Like when you said it, like 2-3 weeks, I'm like,
wow. It's like, there's got to be a reason that she didn't do it, and I believe it's like it has to. I think she's protecting herself. Like yeah. I don't know. I don't want to pass judgment on her, but I kind of want to. So I was like, why would you not tell? But I don't know if that's the intention of the writers.
Yeah, listen, I'm very suspect of Donna. I've told you this before.
I know you are.
I still am. I don't. The whole.
He besmirches Donna's name all the time.
Yeah, that doesn't fool Don. Don is still very suspect of the character of Donna in the end. I think that something could be going on there. We'll see if that's the case. But I'm definitely suspect about Donna and everything else. And
no, I know you are. I mean, I think like it's that fallibility of humans. So I like protecting yourself. Does that make you suspect, or does that make you human?
Yeah, I just to me, I think Randall was on to something, and I think that Randall got before.
He's your hero, Tony. You're going with what Randall says.
Randall is not my hero. Randall's not at all.
Trust Randall more than Donna?
Exactly, Liz. Randall over Donna.
Yes, that's what makes sense because when it comes down to
I'm leaving.
This
interview is over.
It looks like he was crazy, but I think in the end he might have been on to something there. That Randall, I don't like Randall's character at all. Not at all. I think you need a guy like Randall though. You need someone who's going to push the buttons and push things forward, right? You can't just have someone who just gets along. So I think he does serve a purpose. But me personally, I don't like the character of Randall at all. How about the new cast? How they meld in with all the originals and stuff and everything else?
Oh, I think they're a fantastic addition in terms of, both in terms of just the actors who joined the show, but also in terms of forwarding the story. Particularly in the case of Henry Robert Joy. Come on, those scenes with him and Scott are
beautiful, really beautiful.
They're gorgeous. They're beautifully written, but the two guys are just.
You had some good scenes with him. You had some good scenes with him as well. You two have excellent chemistry on screen. I know you maybe
not to have good chemistry.
I felt you were flirting with him. Donna was flirting with him a little bit, but I'm not sure if that's how you were playing it. But I felt
the director we had on that, Lexi. Oh no, it wasn't Lexi. It was Bruce. Who maybe it's a different.
What's mine is yours, or something like that you said was very.
Oh, there, yeah. No, I'm not thinking of that scene. I'm thinking of the scene that you guys haven't seen. No. I'm not being like, no. But that's the thing. What I'm kind of loving right now, watching it, having been away from it is sort of going, you're not knowing kind of what some relationships will be. Like, where are they going to play out? Like, I actually, because I just watched this, watching Randall going, is he, like, some of his responses to both Julie and to Marielle, I was like, and I loved what Randall did, what AJ did. Like, you couldn't read, like, is this going to be bad? Or is this, he finds them attractive? Or is, like, I don't know what he's thinking, because, like, it's left kind of like, where's Randall?
It's an uneasiness, and that uneasiness creates that anticipation in the viewer of wondering where it's going to go, and it's delicious, in third of a better word. It's just really good.
We have Ryan M. He sent the super chat, and he says, Liz, are we going to have any major answers that people will have by the end of the season? Obviously not asking which ones. If so, thank you so much for thank you for making such an amazingly creative show.
Oh, you're welcome. On behalf of everyone.
Speaking of everyone.
Oh, I don't know if I can call them major. Like, there's answers that are coming. But you know, and I think they are coming already. Like, it's just the way they arrive. They're not like, they're just opening up. But there are answers that are starting to arrive. But there's not like a big whomp of an answer that you're like, oh, that's what it is.
Liz, the biggest answer I have, is there any word or any hint about a season 4 yet?
We haven't heard a thing yet.
Right.
I think we all feel, you know, like
they have to. They damn it have to.
That's in the bag.
I think too, they, you know, they like to wait and make sure they've kind of watched the you know, where the audience.
You guys have a lot of buzz right now, and it seems to just, you know, be growing. And I couldn't imagine. And I think last year was the dangerous year. I think if you guys, like, fingers crossed, I think hopefully you'll get your full run. I'm hoping at this point.
Well, I sure hope so. Hope so. And it, you know, and it was weird this year because we had the 2 strikes in a row. Not our show, the literal strikes, writers and actors strikes. And I think that kind of put, you know, that's, I think, I know for me, it made me a little worried.
That's when studios tend to go run away.
Maybe not. Yeah, they're sort of like, no, maybe not.
Shows did get canceled. The Peripheral got canceled on Amazon because of the strike. They didn't do that. So it was definitely but I think that this is in the bag. #1 show on MGM. It's the biggest show I think MGM's ever had. I mean, Godfather of Harlem was there, but this is way bigger than Godfather of Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're not letting you go. That would be foolish. I think it's in
You're
the
not
bag.
getting out of this town, Liz.
You're gonna have to start thinking something else. A Greek girl sends a super chat. She says, Liz, I adore Donna and would trust her with my life. Thank you for all the great moments. Made me cry more than once.
Aww.
Thank you, Greek girl.
And everything. People say, listen, there's people Ryan, and I subbed to MGM because of this show. That's what they're looking for. People who are sub to sub there. That's what they want. They want people to sub for this show and everything else. So I think you're good. Again, we're gonna keep her on here for 5 more minutes because I know she's got to go. And so if you want a last chance to call in right now, get the call in. You got last chance. We'll take one more call if someone wants to call in and say something. Say something to her. Not you, KP. All right.
KP's half dialing, Tony. He's like, beep, 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 beep.
Anyone but KP. KP, you already had your chance. I asked 1 question. He comes out with 3.
He's like, 1 more question, but I'm going to slip in a second question before she answers my third question.
Hey, Donna, you know what Trinidad is? No, I've never heard of it. I've never heard of KP. Obviously,
but does Donna know where Trinidad and Tobago is?
Donna does not. No, she does.
No, we just play with you, kid. You know we love you and everything else. And Carla Waits, I signed up for Stan Australia just from as well. So yeah, I think I told you privately you're going to be on the #1 show on television. I'm telling you, never wrong about these things. It's going to be the #1 show on television. It would already be #1 if it wasn't on MGM, and I think that because it's not a huge network, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything. So if it was like on Netflix show or something, it would already been, because everyone's got that already. So I think that's the only thing. But I do think that
Netflix would have canceled it prematurely, like they
I
always.
was just gonna say, actually, I was gonna make the same comment.
they do
That
that.
Netflix, like they just canceled Chaos, which I
Yeah, they
was
can't.
like,
I mean, can't forgive
what the
Santa
hell?
Clarita Diet or Glow or all these
Right.
shows you could just name.
Mindhunter was the one that should have never been.
Mindhunter, but Fincher
Oh, I
also
didn't
didn't
see
want to
that
do that.
one.
But that was. Oh, you should
Oh,
watch that. It's a really good show.
Mindhunter's amazing. An amazing show.
Okay.
It's
You
about
definitely
like the definition of the term serial killer. So it's got some historical aspect of comparing it, of like the foundation of that in the FBI. It stars Jonathan Groff from Spring Awakening and Hamilton and Glee,
Okay.
but in a very different kind of role. He's like there's no singing. But it's a good show. It's a Netflix show. It's 2 seasons. It's a good one.
Okay, I'll go look for that. I didn't know. Like I've
was
heard of the title, but I haven't seen it.
It's one of
you
Fincher's
definitely
shows.
It was probably the best show they ever had on there.
Definitely.
Probably. It's definitely top 5.
Glow was awesome too, and Glow got canceled in a shady way. They had already approved the final season, and COVID started, and they canceled it after they filmed the first 2 episodes. And all those girls were at a charity event, and they got like a word like, "Oh, by the way, Netflix canceled your show, and have fun at the charity event." And they were all live on camera when they found out, and it was really a shame
That's
for
awful. That's
Allison Brie and all of them. They had a great.
I think we have to ask their questions. People have called in. They have said their thing. We go again, Donna. We don't want anything to happen to you. You're not on the death list this year for us. You know, we don't have you on there. We don't want nothing to happen. But if anything did, we told you, you have a spot on this podcast every week. You can join Phil now. You're totally welcome to be.
She's like, that's worse than the box. Don't make me do that. Not every week. I love you guys, but you know, once a year. Once a year is good enough for you guys.
Okay, so now I have visions of you guys sitting out in our little, empty playground, waiting for somebody to get, that you're sitting in the box, and we get in there. And you just guys ask us questions till the monsters eat us.
Oh, that's which is worse? Which is worse? Us endlessly asking questions and the monsters eating you. I don't know.
We're gonna get on that set one day.
Yeah, one day this is happening, Liz. You just described our dream scenario right there. Actually.
Yeah, we're gonna get on that set one day. Yeah, we're gonna get on that.
Oh, your sister wants us in the box with or without talisman, she asked. That's important. It's an important distinction right there.
Without a shadow of doubt. Liz, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're rocking with us since season 1. You've been coming
thank
This
you.
is your 3rd time. You definitely deserve an award.
Yeah,
Yes, we're
thanks
gonna
again.
without a shadow of a doubt. Any social media that people can follow you on?
Well, this Liz Saunders is my main one. I'm on Instagram, this Liz Saunders, and I have a small Facebook page. I can't remember it. I think it's just Liz Saunders or Elizabeth Saunders. And I am on Twitter. I'm not as active on Twitter. I think I'm this Liz Saunders on that too.
Liz, I have a question. Today you posted on Instagram a video of a kangaroo kicking some butt. Now, Tony has claimed on many occasions that he could beat a kangaroo in a fictitious, like a cartoon kangaroo. We're not talking about him really fighting like a real kangaroo. Do you think Tony could beat a cartoon kangaroo in a fist?
A cartoon kangaroo?
Yeah, because we don't want any real kangaroos hurt. Like,
okay, no, but if it was a real kangaroo, it wouldn't be the kangaroo that got hurt. Okay, if it was have you seen the boxing video?
No, I'm picking the kangaroo, Liz. Tony's the one that
totally picked the kangaroo.
That
kangaroo was not only powerful, that kangaroo had figured out the push and pull and how it could maneuver that bag. That I was like, oh my God, that thing's smart. That thing has figured this bag out. Anyway, cartoon kangaroo.
I'm just saying, I mean real kangaroo, but someone called us earlier. They're like, no kangaroos are being hurt, so I don't want any kangaroo. So I'm just, that has all the attributes of a real kangaroo.
The kangaroo being able to do anything against me, I don't think it'd stand a chance against me, and I'm really serious when I say that. I'm not worried about kangaroo. All right.
I don't want you to fight with a kangaroo.
No, of course.
My dad has a great story because he used to live in Australia. and he has this story that he was driving on the highway and a kangaroo started racing the car. And my dad and the kangaroo kept looking at each other, and the kangaroo kept racing my dad in the car, and then the kangaroo hit a pole. He wasn't looking where he was going.
Like Tom in a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Just
totally. It was so Looney Tunes.
Dun, 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 dun. And that's all, folks.
No, ostrich. Like, I will never mess with an ostrich or anything like that's a dinosaur. Like, get away from me.
My
half sister is like a giant pet vet, and she says hippos are the most dangerous of all the big animals. She says they're unpredictable and they're scary, and they'll like go crazy. Like, she's worked with lions and elephants and tigers. She said the only one she's scared of is the hippos. They're really unpredictable and they're scary fast, is what she told me.
Not that baby Mudan.
Mudan.
No. She said the hippos are the scariest ones. Like, don't F with the hippos.
Okay.
Not Mudine. That baby Mudine is too cute. We love baby dude. And we love Liz Saunders. Thank you again for coming on, and please just keep us posted. So anything that you're doing, because we'll definitely share, we'll definitely get it out there.
All right,
to forward anything out. People said they wanted you to take them out with a little French.
Oh, all I got tonight is a bientôt.
There you go. That's good enough.
That's all I got.
A bientôt. All right.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Now you got au revoir, bientôt.
Au revoir, a bientôt. Liz, thank you again for coming.
Merci. Merci.
All right. That is the great Liz Saunders rocking with us. Phil, you missed the music.
I know I did. I was too distracted by saying goodbye to Liz, but here we go. It's a applause for her. She got to hear the applause before she left.
Exactly like a husband was for that. You can get everything else and all that good stuff. All right, that is the show for the night, people. We are wrapping up and everything else. T Diddy was like, listen. T Diddy would like to thank.
T Diddy was great. T Diddy was great tonight. Let's say hi to him one more time.
Yeah, T Diddy's in the building, rocking with you. And T Diddy would just like to say thank y'all for allowing me to come over here and rock with y'all for a little bit. You know, the Don will be back next week and everything else. We'll be back with Elamar next week and all that good stuff. So, thank you for rocking with us and everything else. And we have and maybe Diddy will come back, but maybe he won't. We'll see.
Maybe we could do a podcast that's like Diddy and Weird Al. I gotta get a Hawaiian shirt, and we can do like the weirdest combos ever. Like, oh my god, let's do something.
Let's do it. All right. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up the spreaders across the realm. And as Tony Teflon would say, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay safe.